Right, so guys, we've just met up with our tour guide for the day, Pasha, and he's going to tell you a little bit of information that you need to know about everything on these information boards.
So the area of Chernobyl exclusion zone, today it's 2,600 square kilometers. So initially they create two circles, like 10-kilometer radius from the nuclear power plant and the 30-kilometer radius. But as soon as they start to check radiation level even further from the radiuses, so they see this picture, how the radiation spread mostly to the west and to the north. So also the Belarus, because it's in the northern part of Ukraine, have the exclusion zone little bit smaller, around 2,400 square kilometers, but it's more contaminated. If on Ukrainian area locates around 40% of radiation fallout, Belarus have the rest, 60%. So today that 30-kilometer zone mostly clean. So here locates short-living radionuclide like strontium-90 and cesium-137 with the period of half-life 29 and 30 years. So it means in this time 50% of initial concentration disappear. But the problem of 10-kilometer zone mostly is contaminated with long-living nuclides, and the most longer one is different type of plutonium. So one of type of plutonium have around 10,000 years, but the longest one it's 24,000 of years. So this zone will be forever contaminated, like many of thousands of years. To clean it all, people need to wash up all the facility and remove up to 30-50 centimeters of open soil. Damn. But it's almost impossible. So the territory of the power plant and around the Pripyat town we have many of the burial sites. So the special equipped places where the radioactive waste locate in the special concrete like sarcophagus, like boxes under the ground. So these places highly protect with the security service, with the police. Also the same with the nuclear power plant. It's also protect because still many of spent nuclear fuel from the reactor number 1, 2 and 3 locate in the special storage.
Right, so guys, this image that you can see in front of me and this road that we are on is the road that we are actually on now. As you can see, the lampposts in this picture are the lampposts just outside the car. And on the pedestrian side, as you can see there, it's completely overgrown now. Nothing there. I mean, you wouldn't even know that it existed there. But yeah, it's just crazy seeing the picture here and seeing it like this now.
They were like completely covered with radiation.
The rainforest is gone now, isn't it?
Yeah. So not to spread radiation from these trees with the wind again, government just cut down and buried they under the ground. So today all the original red forest under the ground, but new trees start to grow there.
The radiation is getting a lot higher now as we approach the red forest that was cut down after the disaster.
Sure.
It's just starting, well, it's growing back now, and the radiation levels are at 12.93.
Yeah,
oh, well, that's crazy.
So now it's started decreasing.
And there we have the famous sign. Right, so guys, I'm going to show you how radioactive the Earth is. I mean, as you can see now, it is 0.78. The closer I get to the soil, as you can see, it's getting higher. Now, if I put it down to the ground, you can see it's up to 0.93. If I even go over here, it starts to beep, and it's 4.33. And that is how much radiation you are going to get through your body in an hour. It's gone up to 6 now, guys. If I put it even closer to the ground, 7, and it is rising. So if I was to stay here for an hour, this is how much radiation I'm going to get through my body. We're up to 15. So that is why we don't stay in places like this for very long, because we don't want to be, obviously, contaminated with this radiation. So, yeah, guys, we're going to carry on and get closer into Pripyat. Right, guys, here we go. We are now entering Pripyat, the main area. That's it, we are now in. Right, explorers, this is going to blow your mind because it just blew mine. I'm going to show you something and then I'm going to show you what it used to look like to what it looks like now. It is completely different, and I didn't think we was in the same place until I saw the photograph. So guys, as you can see from this photograph, you can see the traffic lights and behind it is the swimming pool. It's a kind of like a crossroads. Now if I show you this, there's the traffic lights and in the background we have the swimming pool. It's just amazing over the years how different this whole place has changed. You can see how nature has completely overtaken this city. Pripyat swimming pool, there it is. Again, that's what it used to look like. That's what it looks like now. This is absolutely unbelievable. I just can't believe we're here. I really cannot believe we are here in Chernobyl exploring this place. Almost 33 years to the day the Chernobyl disaster happened, and now we are walking around exploring this abandoned city. This is a photograph of what it used to be like, and this is what it looks like now. So guys, this swimming pool is 5 meters deep and 25 meters long. And the diving board itself, the little one's 3 meters and the big one is 5 meter diving board. So guys, as you can see, this is not actually a clock. This is to time. It's a timer basically, and it would time how fast you would like do your races. Now below it is a sign. Now this sign is for the people who worked in the nuclear power station and like their children, and it is like a sports sign. It's their sports like symbol really. And apparently this hasn't always been here. I mean, it's been in Pripyat, but it was probably in like a basement somewhere, and somebody come into the swimming pool and they put that here, which I think is really good because people could come in and it just, there's more history behind it all when you can see stuff like this lying around. So explorers, if you are a big fan of Call of Duty, you will recognise this swimming pool from the game. One of the maps is based on Chernobyl and Pripyat, and they have this swimming pool that you can actually go in. And I've played that game quite a lot, and to stand there, it's just like, I'm in Call of Duty. I'm in Call of Duty, Warren. So explorers, apart from a swimming pool being here, they have actually got a basketball court as well. So we're going to head over and show you guys Pripyat basketball court. So explorers, this is the basketball area. As you can see, a lot of the floor is now torn up. And again, all the metal on the windows would have been stolen. That's why most of the glass is all like falling through. So there was some good like sports facilities in Pripyat, and they had their own teams as well. Right guys, now this is something I didn't know existed. You've got the main swimming pool for like the adults and stuff, but if you've got little kids, you've got the smaller swimming pool for the children. As you can see there, it's still pretty deep. I mean, if I was a child swimming in that, I definitely would have armbands on, that's for sure. But yeah, this is the swimming pool for the children.
This isn't as deep or as big as the other one, but how awesome this place is.
So guys, we are just about to enter the school of district number 3. So each district had a school. District number 3 we are about to enter now. As you can see, they've got it written up on the sign as well. So guys, before we go into one of the classrooms, I've just noticed there's a jacket outside here left on the table. I wonder who used to wear that and if that person is still alive. But we are now going to go into one of the most iconic rooms in this school. And here it is, guys. The gas masks that they would have used to protect themselves. Just lying there on the floor. There's just so many. It is unreal. So guys, the room we're actually stood in now is the canteen area, where they'd come, have their food, and as you can see, all the equipment is still here, but a lot of it has actually been cut up and people have actually stolen it, which is a big shame. I mean, but that's what people do. I mean, anything that's worth of value, they're going to take. And through here is the kitchen. And as you can see, there's gas masks all over the floor, just lying there. Put there purely because people wanted to take decent photographs. That is the reason what most people are saying that they're there for. At first, they wasn't sure why they were there, so that's the only thing that they can pull it down to, was because they wanted to make an epic photo. So guys, I found 2 books on this table. One is Russian language and one is the Russian alphabet. Now it says on there your language, and the 3 on the book means what grade it is. So this is 3rd grade. So it's pretty interesting. And then next to it, we've got like a DNA statue here. And apparently this statue here has been moved around so many times just to get a decent photograph. So the science classes, there's one on the ground floor and there's a few on the 2nd floor as well, which we'll go and have a look in a sec. So guys, we've come into a classroom now. This classroom would have been for 1st to 4th grade students. And anything past there, they would have been put into different classes. But as you can see, the tables are still here. We've still got books on the tables as well, which they would have learnt from. And then at the back, there's like a notice board. I'm not too sure what that says on there. But on the floor, there's pages of books still down there. And at the front, we have the alphabet as well. So it could have been like a language class that they taught in there. But apparently all these classrooms were used for like loads of different lessons. So guys, here is a poem written by one of the students that used to come to this school. I'm not quite sure what it says, but that is fascinating. Guys, we've entered one of the physics classrooms now. As you can see, there isn't much left in this classroom. But I want to show you as much as I can. Right, so guys, we are here. We are in the amusement park now. And I can see it, the most iconic part of Pripyat, the Ferris wheel. I am very, very excited to see this.